Students, today we are going to do steps in agriculture practices and different types of agriculture that we have in India. So India, we know, is a predominantly agriculture country. The major occupation for a large number of population remains the agriculture, and this we have already discussed that in the previous videos that when we are cultivating land, that process is called agriculture, and agriculture and growing of crops on a larger scale is called agriculture. Now when a farmer to start with agriculture, so there are different steps that are involved in agriculture. The first one is plowing of fields using either oxen or a tractor, then picking out of stones and weeds, adding manure or fertilizer, sowing seeds, irrigation, spraying of insecticides and pesticide, harvesting, threshing, winnowing, storage of crops, and go down about all these steps of agriculture we are going to discuss in detail. So now the farmer, whenever he has to cultivate the land, there are a lot of steps which are involved. The first step is the preparation of soil. Now when the soil is being prepared, it is done in the 3 stages. Now the first step is plowing of land, leveling of land, and then manuring of soil. Now when the farmer is plowing the land, so if he is doing it manually, so this is in the picture, you can see it is being done manually. He is using a plow with the pair of oxen. This is a traditional method of plowing the land. And these are, if the farmer is rich and if he can afford the tractors, then he makes use of these machines to plow the land. Now when he is plowing the land, what is the need of plowing the land? So when the farmer plows the land, he is actually upturning the soil. He is loosening it, he is upturning the soil to make it soft and fit for the crops. It is either done by animals, which is the manual thing, or by machine. This I have shown in the picture as well. Now after this comes the leveling. So leveling again is done either by manually using animals like he is doing, and or by this. Okay. And then we add manure or the chemical fertilizers to the soil to increase the fertility of the crop. Now after your soil preparation is being done, then is the process of sowing that comes. Now when the sowing means that you are dropping the seeds in the soil after it has been plowed by the farmer. The soil is prepared, it has been plowed by the farmer, and now it is being done. Now again the plowing, the sowing will be done either by man himself, by the farmer himself, which is the manual thing, or this is by the machine they are doing it. Okay, so this is the seed drill, which is by machine. Now after when even if you are planting a plant in the pot, so then you will irrigate it, not irrigate it, you will water it. So when you are watering your plant, your crops over here, because we're talking about the production or cultivation of soil on a large scale, so that we call it as irrigation. So we are supplying water to the dry land because we are not depending on the rain only. So then when it will rain, it will have the natural supply of water. The crop will have natural supply, but irrigation is about watering the field. It is a process of watering your crops. Okay, because the plants or the seeds here which you have sown needs to be watered regularly. Now obviously even today in India, the farmers depend on rainfall only as a means of irrigation. Major population still depend on this. Okay, so this remains the primary source of irrigation. Then we have other sources, which is tanks, wells, and canals. And there are farmers now, majority of farmers also, this is called tube well in the picture. So they make use of this to irrigate the land, the crop. Now the protection of crop is very important. Now to protect yourself as humans, as children, so what do you do to protect yourself from diseases? You eat good fruit, and even if you're falling sick, then you're visiting the doctor, right? You are exercising. There are number of things that you do to protect yourself. So the first, to make it rich, the farmer adds manure. Okay, now to protect it from insecticides and pesticides, from the insects and from the pests. So what does the farmer would do? He would spray insecticide for the protection of insect and pesticide from the protection of pest. So insecticide, when you will use insecticide when you want the crop to be protected from insects, and you will use pesticide when you want the crop to be protected from pest. Now the example of pest would be your ants, bugs, cockroach, beetle, cricket, moth, etc. This use of your insecticide and pesticide will increase the crop production, because you have protected the crop to not be affected or wasted by the or damaged by the insects and the pest. Now the process of insecticide and pesticide can be done manually, like this man is doing using this machine, or you can use drone. Like this is not in India as of now, but in other countries, in abroad, this is a very common practice. Okay, to provide to provide insecticide and pesticide to protect your crops from the pest and the insects. Now after you have done all these steps, now when your crop is ready to be cut, it is all done. Okay, so the farmer will uproot any weed. Now what are weeds? Weeds are unwanted plants which naturally grow with the plants, and they will affect the growth of the main plant, because weeds also, they are plants. They will also when they are growing, they are sharing the nutrients and everything with the soil. Okay, so we don't need them because they are damaging also. So they are damaging the main crop. So farmers will uproot them because they harm the main crop. So now after all this processes, when your crop is ready to cut, that process is called harvesting. So this is done manually by this tool called sickle. Okay, or otherwise, if the farmer is rich, he makes use of the machines called harvester like this. In these two pictures, it is being done manually by the farmers using this tool. This is called sickle, very common tool to be found, and this is the machine which is called a harvester. So when you are cutting the crop, the mature crop, then it is called harvesting. Now what is threshing? Now when you cut the crop, it has the main grain plus it has other things which we do not need. Okay, so the grain which it has to be separated from the crop which we have cut. Now if you look in the picture, you can see the long strands. So the main grain is to be separated from this. So this is again in this picture they are doing manually, and in the first and the last picture it is being done by the use of machine. Okay, so threshing can be done manually, or they might use ox trample over the cut crop. Okay, and the machine is thresher. The machine is called thresher, which we have seen in the which we can see in the picture here. Okay, now combine is used for both harvesting and threshing. So there is a machine called combine which we use for harvesting and threshing. So the farmers who can afford, they buy these things. Otherwise, it is being either all the steps of agriculture either by done manually or by machine. If they are doing manually, then they make use of animals. Now after you have separated the grain from the main crop, then that will have inclusion of husk. The small straws there. Okay, so that needs to be separated. Now winnowing is done always from the top. Now in this basket over here, if you can see, there's a grain. After threshing, what we have got, that is there in the basket. So it will be dropped from the height, and when it is being dropped, the grain, because they're heavy, they will remain here, and the husk. Okay, that because it is light in weight, so because of the movement of the air, it will go and collect in a separate area. Okay, or in the direction in which the wind is blowing. So this husk is further used as the food for the animals. Okay, so over here the mixture is dropped on the ground from a height. The heavier seeds will fall vertically down, whereas the chaff is light. Chaff is that husk which I am saying, that will blown away by the wind. So this chaff gets collected at a distance. And this stem of the crop which we see, that is cut into pieces, which is used as fodder. So nothing goes waste. Now after everything has been done so far, now it has to be sold in the market. Now when we need to sell it in the market, so we cannot take it like this, and we need to preserve it before it is actually going to the market. So how will you take it and where will you preserve it? Now it is, and otherwise also the preservation is needed from the from insects, and from your rodents also. Rodents means your rats, your birds. They will eat it up and they might spoil it. So they have to be kept in a safe place, and these safe places are called storage places, like your godowns. Okay, and where do you keep them in godowns? In the gunny bags. Okay, and there are farmers who keep them in card boxes also, depending on the crop you have, or in the wooden box also. If it is, like you must have seen, if you go to a big vegetable seller, the greengrocer, he gets many things in the wooden boxes, like your mangoes. These days you can see them, they are coming. If you ask them for a complete box, they will give you. Apples also. So everything you get either in gunny bags or in wooden boxes or card boxes, depends on what crop the farmer is growing. So he is taking proper care and protection, and giving proper protection and attention to the crop that he is. Now for your practice, do all these question answers which has been solved also. Now we come to the next part, which is your types of agriculture. Now there are basically main 5 types of agriculture. One is a subsistence agriculture, next is a commercial agriculture, shifting agriculture, plantation agriculture, and mixed. Now your subsistence agriculture means that you can see the farmer is there. He is taking help of his family members only, but the crop that he will grow, using taking help of his family members with the process of agriculture which we have just studied, he will not sell it to the market. Okay, he will use the crop that he has grown to meet the necessities, to meet the needs of his family members and himself. So when he is growing crop only to meet the needs of his family, he is using small amount of labor, and very technology level is not very high. So that is called subsistence agriculture or subsistence. Now, if in the last slide we have seen that he is not selling it, but if he is selling it in the market, then we call it commercial agriculture. And over there in the last subsistence agriculture, he was not using good technological advancement, not good machinery, very minute level of machinery was used. So over here he will use everything best that he has, because his main aim is to earn profit. Okay, so this is called agriculture. Now your shifting agriculture is different from the other two that which we have done. So over here the farmer will select a piece of land in the forest. He will clear it out. Okay, he will grow the crop which he wants to grow. Then he will leave it after harvesting, after the crop is ready to cut, he will cut the crop. He will leave it like this. Okay, so that the natural vegetation can grow. So this is called shifting agriculture, where a forest is cleaned and then cultivated for a short period of time, and then is left for the growth of natural vegetation which the forest has. And now this shifting agriculture is also called jhum agriculture. Now plantation agriculture is again a type of agriculture which is done for commercial farming, but here a single crop is grown on a very large scale and is sold for cash and export. And the example would be rubber, oil, palm, coconut, pineapple, banana, tea, coffee, and Now the next type of farming is your mixed farming. Over here, not only the cultivation of land is happening by the farmer, but he is also rearing the livestock also on the same land. So mixed farming refers to the cultivation of food crops and the rearing of livestock at the same time on the same land. And in which countries do we have it more? We have it in Europe, in Eastern USA, Argentina, Southeast Australia, New Zealand, West Africa and South Africa.